Evening, evening. Hope you're well. Just gonna try and very quickly rechart Bitcoin because it's slightly out of date now. So let's have a look. So if you're on YouTube, yes, you can watch me doing it, but it's up to you. There's not a lot to see. I'll rechart it against the weekly. Hey Matty, how are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're well. Some familiar faces in here already. Stevie XRP Whale, how are we doing, buddy? Thank you for joining us too. Always good to have fellow XRP fans in the house. More than welcome. How are we doing, buddy? Any info on Reef? Not as yet, Stevie. No, I haven't had a chance to research Reef yet. It is kind of on my ones to watch for sure. But you know, it's been a long time coming. Now we've actually got quite a good bottom there on that. I'm going to plot the bottom of that, I think. If anyone's on YouTube, you can see me doing my basic rudimentary TA. But it is there, so that level there. Maybe a little bit higher actually, zoom in. Yeah, there's probably better. Okay, that's better. So hopefully that now reflects back across to the daily. Yes, it does. So we're being squeezed on the daily still. That's much better. Lovely. Okay. Evening, Lisa. Evening, Tom. How are we doing? Good to see you all. Thank you for smashing the likes, people. Much appreciated. Hope we're very well. So there we go. So if you're on YouTube, I have just replotted Bitcoin. It's been a long time coming. Just a basic pattern, but you know we're kind of bottoming out about 18.3 still. We've just got a different descending line, resistance line. Tange, you have a link to the AMA now. Yeah, I need to have a look at that actually, Wayne, because I mean, there are several people who reached out within their community asking if I could do another AMA. I said I'd be happy to do it, and they haven't come back to me. So it's a bit odd. They did ask me to do some marketing for them because they are going to be having a marketing push soon. But when I started asking questions, they didn't come back to me. It's not really great. So. You know, might just be they're not interested on the grand scale of things on small fry, but you know they've used me before, so it's a bit odd that they haven't come back to me. Maybe it's because I ask questions now. Who knows? I don't know. Interesting times. Thank you for hitting the likes, people. I do appreciate it. So yeah, I've also had a look at Aptos. Aptos is one that actually I like the tech, but the tokenomics are awful. I was very fortunate because I've been looking at Aptos a long time. I was part of the test net and I got some airdrops, so that's not too bad. But I bought in on launch night and I've sold just about everything. I'm buying some NFTs on some of their platforms, but we seem to have found a layer of support on Aptos at about $7. So I think anything below $7 on Aptos, looks reasonable. But we're only a couple of days of trading in. That's on the half hour. Thank you for smashing those likes, people. Already up to 1.8k. That's absolutely phenomenal. The numbers are showing quite low in terms of 9 people on, so I don't know what that's all about. We'll have to wait and see. So let's run through what's happening in the market. Okie dokie. So Bitcoin stable above 19, just about. What have we got that's big and in the green? Not a lot of green out there today. Am I shadow banned? It's possible. I've also noticed that it's a little bit of a weak signal in here, so I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Do I think the Mt. Gox Bitcoin return will drop everything? Personally, no. I think from what I've read, yes, there are a lot of coins that can be claimed. Not all of them have been, and they won't all be released at once anyway. And the overall kind of effect compared to a whale dumping, it's minimal. Yeah, numbers are a bit low. It's a bit strange. It's like I get more followers and more video views, but I get less lives. It's a bit strange. I haven't been on for a couple of days. Maybe that's why. But if we keep smashing those likes, people, I'm sure we'll get more people in it. I have no choice but to update the rhythm. Do I think Quant will drop back down to 100? Now, Quant is an interesting one. $100. I hope not. But I said that in the bull run, we'd never see 100 again. How wrong was I? We have got this major correction line now. So we topped out at about 227, and we are all the way down now to 160. So it's a hefty correction. I think if it comes back down, I mean, I hold it for the long term anyway, so I didn't sell everything, but I sold a little bit of profit at about 180. It obviously had more headroom in it, but I was taking profit regardless. I'm going to take a profit on a forex every time. Buying Quant at 150, it'll bounce. Yeah, I'm just looking around about that 150 level. I think you're looking. I think if it gets down to 150, then that probably is a good level. There's lots of support at 150. I think you're right. I think that's spot on. Just looking at the hourly chart here on Quant on YouTube, I think 150 is a very steady layer of support. We were there for a few days, and if it went below 150, then we're probably seeing more like 139, 140, something like that. Big Brother stopping the content, all part of the plan to keep the wealth. Do you know what? I mean, you know, it's interesting because I mean, today I've got a lot of followers. Crypto Chaos, bless him, put a TikTok out just saying that he liked my content, and a lot of his followers did come over and follow me. So I don't know if TikTok doesn't like you being too popular. I don't know. Maybe I've seen enough action today and it said no, you've had enough fun. But I don't think so. I think it probably is more like the content. But I've had no issues with video postings, so it doesn't make sense. They usually shadow ban you if you've had a couple of warnings, but I haven't had any warnings for a while now. I tend to be quite careful with all my lives and all my videos that, not financial advice, my own opinion, all that kind of stuff. And I try not to be offensive, so there shouldn't be any element of shadow banning, but you never know. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Sold $25 worth of Quant just to tell myself I took profit. Well, technically you did on a small slice, but yeah, you did. You took profit, and that's. I've said it many times, and with Quant especially, we don't know when it was going to stop, but it was at $40 and it ran up to 227. Now, if at some point you hadn't taken profit in there, you'd really regret it. They are. I don't know if they're marketing, but there's a lot of chatter about them, and it's either them paying for marketing or it's just a lot of stuff happening that people are getting bullish about. More than likely, it's a lot of marketing. But yeah, I mean, Quant was always going to have a decent correction after running up 400%. It's a crazy run. And we're still up 400% from where we were 4.5 months ago. So this correction's been a long time coming, and it was always going to be a hefty one. We're still on a forex from $40 right at the bottom. So where will it stop? I don't know, but I think 150 is a really good shout. 150, 155, somewhere around there. And if it dips below that, we've got more support at about 140. And then after that, it's kind of like anyone's guess. But I mean, if the market does go down, I think Quant will follow it. It'll just hasten the correction a little bit. Just got to come out and say it. Meow Coin. Now, I've heard about Meow Coin. Where did I hear about Meow Coin? Where did I hear about Meow Coin? That's going to bug me now. I have heard about Meow Coin. I don't know if it's on one of the cool channels that I'm in. Still well up, absolutely. I trade a lot of Binance, fully verified on KuCoin. Would you recommend? Um, Cal, I mean, to be fair, I always use KuCoin. I have used Binance recently, only for the Aptos launch. I don't really generally use Binance. Otherwise, I do stick to KuCoin. You're going to get stung fees on an exchange. It's how they make their money. They're gonna sting you one way or the other, depending on what you trade. So if you trade one asset more than something else, then your fees will vary across exchanges, and you just need to try and work out what those fees are and how much it's going to implicate you cost wise. But yeah, I mean, they're both good. Binance is obviously huge. KuCoin is definitely one of the biggest and best. I use KuCoin for all my most of my exchange purchases wherever I can. They've got fantastic bots that you can use. They've got really good earn section. You get airdrop sections and pre-sales. It's a brilliant thing, KuCoin. And I've fallen into using KuCoin a lot. I think it's really good. Do I think altcoins will keep going down through the next year? I do, yeah. I mean, the altcoins will follow Bitcoin, no doubt about it. So we're going to continue with volatility. We'll see a lot more volatility in Bitcoin, that's for sure. And then that will amplify through the altcoins. So the smaller they are, the bigger the impact will be. But the interesting thing is, the bear market, it's like when ALBT ran 38% the other day. They're the projects you want to watch because there's good utility. They've been around a long time. Just because they're cheap and they didn't have a great bull run doesn't mean that they're rubbish. Someone's buying it in big volume. So ALBT is definitely one to watch. It was also announced as one of the top 5 interoperability projects. Now that's big because you're putting it in the same realms of Chainlink, Quant, Polkadot, Cosmos, all those interoperability plays, and Alliance Blocks up there with them. They're tiny, less than 100 million market cap. Atom Cosmos is a great project. I love that. Great layer 0. Got some Crow to hold for about a year. I think Crow will be interesting. With us being in a bear market and a recession, unfortunately with the World Cup sponsorships and things, you would hope that that'd be a really good boost. But we don't know whether or not it actually will be. Will people get their hands in their pockets and spend during the World Cup? We're in a recession and the markets are going down, so we'll see. DOT under $6. Yeah, DOT under $6 is a bargain. Again, Polkadot, I'm doing TikTok on that. If not tonight, tomorrow. They've got more development activity on their ecosystem than ever before. They're top of the charts by a long way in terms of development activity right now. So and we already know that more institutional bodies invest in Polkadot than anything else. They hold Bitcoin, they hold ETH, and they hold DOT. Fact. So DOT for me is something I'm incredibly bullish on. The DOT and the DOT ecosystem. Also affiliated projects with DOT and Kasama as well. I think I'm going to do really well. But DOT under $60 is definitely interesting. I haven't bought any, but I have stocked up on Moonbeam. I've doubled my position on Moonriver, thanks to Aptos. Thank you very much. And what else did I do? No, just Moonbeam, Moonriver. I've got a trading bot on a few things as well, but I've bought a few Aptos NFTs just to see if they're any good. But as I said, that's all free money from Aptos, so I'm more than happy with that. Liz Truss is gone. Yeah, she's standing down. And to be fair, no one's surprised. She did nothing except jump in, cause chaos. She's like the person that jumps into a party, wrecks it, and then leaves. She's terrible. So Polkadot is in danger of becoming very, very cheap. What I would say about Polkadot, though, as I said, development-wise, it's really, really strong. They've had loads of Polkadot staked, as we all know. The last time it was cheaper than this, you're looking at $5.05 back in December 20. This is how strong this bear market is. This bear market's pulling prices right back. We're probably not finished. It could go a lot cheaper. But Polkadot, a few weeks after launch, bottomed out at about $3.99, $3.99, $4. At launch, this is just trading view data. It could have been around a lot longer. But we're seeing some very, very old lows now on Polkadot. So for me, I think I love Polkadot long term. I would I would be buying a lot more of it if I wasn't loading up on other things as well. Yes, hello. You decided to join us, have you? So yeah. What a mess Truss has made already. Yeah, absolutely. She came in. She just threw everything up in the air and ran away. What do I think Dot will hit long term? I mean, just looking at the weekly, I mean, we had a high in the bull run of $54, $55. Now that was with Polkadot having no ecosystem. There were literally no DApps on Polkadot in the bull run. It was just Polkadot smashing it. So you imagine now that it's got a full run ecosystem, thanks to the Polkadot Parachain auctions, you're going to have a full ecosystem with DeFi, NFTs, all kinds of great stuff going on. And Polkadot, it really is at the moment. Polkadot's the only true rival to Ethereum. Everything else pales in comparison to Polkadot. And given the the development activity, there's a lot going on, and I think it's going to be really strong. If we didn't hit $100 in the next bull run, I'd be very disappointed. Got to be committed on the good projects long term. Yeah, I mean, when I got into Polkadot last year, I was like, right, if I'm going to do this and I like it long term, just use it. And I locked it up for the 96 weeks in the parachains. So all those Polkadot parachain auctions I got, I locked up my Polkadot for nearly 2 years. That's how much faith I have. Also, in things like ICP, I've got staking locked up for 8 years, 6 years, 4 years, 2 years. So, it's if you're committed, do it. If you're not, don't. Got QNT at £38, sold lots for 185. Love it, but must take profits, people. 100% happy user. 100%. I told people I took profits around about 180, and there's no shame in that. It 4x'd from $40. I mean, if you're not taking profits on a run of 400% plus, what are you doing? Even if it's only $25, as Tom would say. Don't trust the cat. No, she likes to walk on the keyboard. If I'm ignoring her, she will interrupt me. So I've got to give her a fuss. Thank you for hitting the likes, people. I do appreciate it. It's going to be a hard night. I think I'll probably shadow ban. So the more you smash those likes, the more we'll get more people in. We're up to 18, so you've been doing really well. We were really struggling earlier, but the numbers are going up. So please do continue. So yeah, I mean, anyone who's interested in that Aptos, by the way, I have talked about it in the Discord quite openly. The airdrop was for people that did beta testing and NFTs. So my main point about that is if you are researching and you're researching layer 1 blockchains, please try and get into the test nets. Do something. Just activate a wallet. Create a demo NFT. Do anything. Because all I did with that Aptos airdrop is I created a wallet and I set up a demo NFT on their testnet. That was it. I got 150 tokens airdropped. So, sometimes it's really worth doing. Is my cat called Gilbert? No, unfortunately it was a girl, so she couldn't be called Gilbert. Otherwise she would be having an official name change. Absolutely. Bought Quant at 78, sold it at 160, so trying to recover in other areas where we lost stupid money. You took profit. You took profit, man. That's what it's all about. You got over 100%, up, 2x'd. You cannot ask for more than that. And in a bear market, profits are going to be hard to find. So anyone who took profits, not a problem. We're all holding it long term. We believe in it. But if it's offering that kind of profit, you've got to take it. Alistair, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Keeping the party going. How are we doing? So hopping back over to CMC, having a look at some things in the gains. Never even heard of that. Okay. Toncoin up 5%. Elron doing well, 2%. Let's have a look at some stuff lower down in the green. Aptos is already number 53 in the charts. At least it's below $1 billion market cap. I think it'll come down a long way. It is launch hype. It does look like a very good layer 1 blockchain, but the tokenomics are questionable. Just waiting for the next drop on Quant, because anywhere near 100 I'll start to DCA. Yeah, I think I'm probably looking at 125 and I'll put a little bit back into Quant, no problem. I do still hold a big bag. I only sold a little bit that I bought during this bear market. Everything else I'm holding on to long term. Did I buy a Crow on Mars NFT? Yes, absolutely. And I'm playing the P2E. So I am earning Crow as I play. You don't earn Crow on Mars tokens, you earn Crow, which is fantastic. It means that the project's tokenomics are safe People aren't going to be dumping their tokens from the P2E. Their tokens are purely for the metaverse and the NFT setups. So yeah, I've got a Z Warrior NFT. It's pretty cool. I will just keep using that to play the P2E and get into the metaverse as soon as possible. Meta Hero looks good. Buy the dips, sell high. Yeah, Meta Hero is definitely a bit of a trendy coin. Very, very good use case, but I think it was mega overvalued last year. It's only a part of creating a metaverse. It's not an actual metaverse. So it's a good tool. I think it will hold value and it will still be fashionable maybe in the next bull run. It's a good bit of kit. Digitizing 3D assets into the metaverse is fantastic. But ultimately, it's the metaverse projects themselves that will do well. Anything under 130 for you and you buy more, I think that's a good shout. As I said, we think there's a bit of a floor on QNT at about 150. If it goes below that, we're looking at about 138, 139. Meta Hero, not sure. Could be something that's replaced long term. Now, I did think that, but I'm sure when I researched it last year, something about it was patented. I don't know what it is. I'll have to go back and check that. But I'm thinking that they've got a patent of some kind for what they do. What price will I buy Gala? To be fair, at the moment, I'm not looking to buy Gala. It's something that is very strong, but their fully diluted market cap is already huge. If we have a look at Gala on CMC, I don't know if anyone's actually on YouTube, but if you want to see what I see, come on over. What am I typing in CMC? I want to see Gala. Now, I do like Gala. I think I'd rather invest in a platform like Gala than I would an actual gaming project. It's live, it's working, it's operational. But about 20% of their supply and circulation is not great. And even in today's charts, you can see that people are selling off big chunks. There's a big drop today, a straight line down. So your market cap's 230 million, which looks attractive, but fully diluted, that's actually 1.1 billion. Now for Gala, that's a big market cap. So yeah, I mean, any moment those tokens could hit the market, and as soon as they do, you're diluting your price instantly, just instantly. I do like it though. It is a good project. If it survives the bear market, it will be good. But is it a good investment? That's a different question. I know a lot of people are buying a lot of it, and it could well be one of the first fashionable tokens in the next bull run. But I think you've got to remember the next bull run could be 2 years away. Now, tech evolves very quickly, and Gala could be very quickly outclassed. Very quickly. So it's just a platform, and if someone gets a better platform, it will suffer. I can't get it to run, stuck on logging in, which have to reach out and see on Mars. Ned, I don't know what your issue is. It is a little bit awkward to find. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have a word with the team and see if they need any TikToks doing as to how to get in, or if they want me to sort of run through it on a live or something. I'll reach out to the team. Some of the navigation isn't 100% clear, so I will speak to them about doing that. But yeah, just reach out to the team. They're a great bunch, and they will take you through it as well. But yeah, you just got to go on. You got to go select your avatar, choose your NFT, make sure it's actually at the top of the page, and then that's your entry into the P2E game, and then you can just go play. Meta Hero depends on the standard is for metaverse transfers. Yeah, that's very true. Didn't know that. I figured they will surpass the technology at Simon. Gala is overhyped on TikTok. It is, yeah. I think Gala is very, very hyped. Last year, it was amazingly hyped. We have to remember the fundamental is it's a platform. Now, although at the moment it's probably the best gaming platform in crypto, 2 years is a long time, and it could easily be outclassed and outplayed. And as I said, 20% of the supply. If they start releasing that, your price is just dipping even further, and it's going to have to work harder to get that market cap back up. I just don't know if it can do it. Thank you for smashing likes, people. It's working. We're up to 34 in the room at the moment, which is absolutely brilliant. Uniglow pre-sale. Have I looked at them? I haven't actually, Beamon, I'm afraid. No, not one I'm familiar with, Uniglow. I don't know anything about that one at all. Oh, didn't mean to do that. User 936, how are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Hey, Phil, how are we doing? Does any altcoin besides layer ones need to have a token, for example, Quant? It's a really good question, actually. It's one of the things that I do look for now, actually, when I'm investing, is does the token actually do anything? Or is it just a way for them to raise capital? Some would argue that Quant have the ability to raise capital with their token. They market it, they put the price up, they sell it. It does have a use case, but does it warrant the market cap? And that is a good point about Quant. You know, the token will be used, but it's not yet. I mean, they're a software company, so you could just pay. They could have said pay in dollars, but I think they know that the crypto space is an easier way to maybe raise liquidity. So it's an interesting thing. But I mean, there are a lot of projects that just don't need a token, just don't need it. They could have gone out as a normal company and done what they did, but they did it as a crypto just to raise funds. Still waiting to reinvest in Crow, ETH, Bitcoin, Solana, and AVAX. I think they're all solid plays. I'm not a huge Solana fan, but it'll continue to stay into use for a while. I just think Solana, if they're not going to fix the reliability and security issues, I think they'll be outclassed and dead in 5 years. I just think there's too much good stuff coming out that is better than Solana. So Solana for me in the next bull run, not happening. But it'll be around a while. But Crow, ETH, Bitcoin, AVAX, all good. AVAX was really disappointing last year. The price action was good, but in terms of the dApps on the ecosystem, it was awful. Really, really bad. Nothing but scams and rug pulls and just poor projects. Cry about your Mana investment. I think with Sand and Mana, it's an interesting thing. 'Cause I think the metaverse is slightly different to gaming. First to market and corporate adoption is really important with the metaverse, and they've captured that. They've captured that slice of the market. So anything coming out and to take that corporate sponsorship away, it's going to have to be mind-blowing. And there are some fantastic metaverse projects coming out, no doubt about it. And there's going to be quite a lot to go around for everyone, but mainly they're going to stick to the big platforms that everyone uses. So that being Sand and Mana, being first to market, that's going to be a big, big coup for them in the long play. They will not be going anywhere for a long time, but I think Mana will be one of the metaverse projects that possibly do recover. You know, they're out there, it's in use, there's got corporate adoption. No reason why it shouldn't be fine. Hideaways, Big Eyes. No, I'm not familiar with those either, Beamon. If you're a bit of a degen and a bit of a launch pad kind of guy, and they're kind of riskier plays, I haven't heard of any of those. They're not projects I've heard of, but there's a lot of crypto projects out there, and I do not know them all. It's a big, big world out there. Wayno, how are you doing, buddy? Market all red, XRP 69, Quant 253, AUD. What did I miss? Yeah, I mean, you missed quite a bit. No, I just think the market's just got no good news in it at the moment. It's a bit stale, a bit boring, and it's slowly having the life sucked out of it. We're still going sideways on Bitcoin. We've still got this 19k level of support, 19k, 18.9. We're going sideways with extreme volatility, but this seems to be a little layer of support we've got here, which makes us comfortable. We have seen 18.2, 18.3 several times. We've bounced off that so many times, which is why I think we went on that decent run up. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold coming. So yeah, I mean, I think just sideways and down for a while. We were coming to a point where we were testing some resistance on the upside. We did go over my initial TA lines of resistance and support. So I've redrawn it, and I've redrawn it against the weekly, and it looks very flat. The volume's a little bit better than it has been, but it's difficult to say what's going to happen. I think macroeconomic wise, we have to go to macroeconomics if we're uncertain, and we are in a recession, we are in a bear market. There is no reason for this to pump right now other than selling exhaustion. If we get to a point of complete exhaustion on the selling side, we could then see a really good pump to the upside. But when that's going to happen, we really don't know. So was Microsoft look at that? So I think Quant is moving with the times and long term be great. Oh yeah, and Quant long term is absolutely fantastic. I love Quant. It is my favourite project long term. I understand and appreciate the use case 100%. I just don't hold, but I hold more Polkadot than I do Quant purely because I poured a lot of my capital into the parachain auctions. Thoughts on ADA and Cardano in the next bull run? I mean, it's very, very large. I think it will do well. I'm just not expecting spectacular price action out of it. It's too big. I don't think it's an ETH killer. I think there's better things out there already. I think they stalled their development last year. They've really ramped it up this year, but they're still way behind development. So, look at the development stats that are out on Polkadot at the moment. They're just skinning everyone alive. There's more devs on their network than ever in a bear market. So Polkadot are the ones doing the building. So which should say to you that Polkadot is the place to be for the next ecosystem blast. So all these dApps that are going to come out on Polkadot, hopefully that means a very healthy ecosystem. Hello, you can't. How are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Do I reckon ETH is worth holding? I have to be honest. I have not researched ETH after the merge, so I need to research the proof of stake and the proof of work, see what directions they're going in, see what the activity is, and then I can have a proper answer. But at the moment, since the merge, I kind of expected the pump and dump, buy the rumor, sell the news event. We definitely had that a couple of times at least. But honestly, I need to research the after effects, the fallout. I've been so busy researching things like Moonbeam, Moonriver, Aptos, Sui. I've been quite deep in research at the moment, so just haven't had the time. Thank you for all your likes, people. Well over 10k now, up to 11.4. We've really got a lot of people back in the room, which is fantastic. If you fancy keeping that going, that won't hurt. It'll keep the numbers up, which is absolutely brilliant. Decentraland has 38 active users a day. Oh, you're just rubbing it in now, Steve. Oh, 38 a day. That is not good, is it? That's not the mass adoption you want. Wish I'd have sold Quant the other day when it reached £200 and bought some more. I mean, I'm a big advocate now, even in projects that I love like Quant. I mean, I love Quant, but I'm not silly enough. I took a little bit of profit. It ran up 400%. And I said it earlier. If you're in crypto and you've got an asset, even if you're not back in profit with it, if it runs up 400%, you've got to take something. Not financial advice, but it's just my personal opinion. It's one of the biggest things I've learned in crypto is just when it's there, take a profit. Even if it's a small amount of profit, take it. Because you can always just buy back in when the dip comes back. We're in a bear market. Everything's going to dip again. We didn't know what Quant was going to do. I sold my a bit of Quant at $180. It went up to $225. It's now back down to where are we? 159. So pretty soon, when it gets down to about 150, I'll buy back in quite happily. Just play the accumulation game. I'm not going to take that money out of Quant altogether. I'm just going to play the accumulation game. It could dip all the way back down. We don't know. How much marketing they got left to do? Don't know. eGold's a great project. I don't personally hold any at the moment, but I do like it. Do I like Moonriver? Yes. I actually doubled my holdings on Moonriver the other day. So that was a nice little thing to do. I love the tokenomics. If you have a look at the activity, the transactions per day, they are steadily heading up the table. So they are developing very, very, very nicely indeed. So I think Moonriver, Moonbeam, two definite layer ones to watch. Obviously, Moonbeam connects to Polkadot, Moonriver connects to Kusama, but Moonriver is the canary network for Moonbeam. So we'll see a lot of projects migrating from Moonriver to Moonbeam, but they'll probably keep active in both. But I see a lot of transactions going through Moonriver as the canary network. The majority of projects will probably start there, and even if they move on, it's going to do wonders for the price. Only 10.5 million supply. Let me just check the supply stats on that. I'm sure it's 10.5 million. But Moonriver have got fantastic tokenomics. I mean, Mover. Let's have a look. Mover. And also I'm staking Moonriver and Moonbeam as well. So on there, I'm probably earning nearly a whole Moonbeam a day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm going to be staking it for probably the best part of the year. So, we'll see. Moonriver the same. You've got to stake a lot more Moonriver to get decent volume, but I'm getting a decent return. So, yeah, tokenomics, 10.5 million total supply. 50% in supply at the moment. Market cap, 57 million. And I love Moonriver. I think the use case is brilliant. Moonbeam, Moonriver are probably, after Polkadot, the best alternatives there are to ETH. They literally do everything ETH does, just better with the addition of additional network. They are literally fully EVM compatible. The devs can move from Ethereum across to Moonbeam and just develop with all the same tools, all the same wallets. Nothing changes, but you're on Polkadot. It's amazing. It's great tech. How did the XRP meeting go? To be honest with you, I haven't heard anything yet. I don't know what time anything will come out. It'll be a slow leak. It usually takes quite a few hours for news to start leaking out on these closed door meetings. So it wouldn't surprise me if we don't hear anything until late tomorrow, maybe even Monday. Liquidus nearly 70 cents. Yes, Liquidus is pumping on news that they could be releasing their app very soon. It's from what I understand, it's in beta testing, but probably about to be launched. So that's very, very good. Cardano on the next bull run, I've said I think it'll be okay, but not spectacular. I just don't think it's as good as anything else out there. Can we safely say Moonriver coming back strong in? Yeah, I mean, Moonriver's really strong for me. Adoption is king, and DOT is certainly showing signs of that. I have a good bag of DOT. Yeah, Mr. Owner, I 100% agree. If the devs are on there building, building in the bear market is the best sign. So wherever the devs are building, that's good. I mean, they're even building a lot on Solana still, so don't get me wrong. Although I don't like Solana, and I think long term it's got a short shelf life unless it sorts itself out. But ultimately, Solana, I think 5 years might be gone. I mean, it's just not reliable. It's not safe. It's just not as good as other things that are out there on the Ethereum, EVM machines. ICP favorite big man. ICP is fantastic. I think technology-wise, you look at all the weaknesses that are out there at the moment. They're all weaknesses. All these hacks and exploits that take place, they take place in new liquidity pools, cross-chain bridging, and that is a security issue. That's a weakness when you go cross-bridge or cross-chain. What happens in ICP is it's all done on-chain. Nothing leaves the ICP ecosystem, so there is no weakness. I think ICP is very different, quite revolutionary. I do like it. I stake ICP a long time too. I'm on the NS governance service. I think if it's adopted, and it is a risk, it is an if it's adopted, that's a big question, it will do really, really well. But if it doesn't take and no one starts building on it, and people are building on it, just not spectacularly, unless it shows that adoption, I think it'll be really slow. Thoughts on Crow? I'm bullish Crow long term. I think this is going to pull in all the retail customers. Bullish on Moonriver, yeah, absolutely. ICP's quality. XRP just hit 599. Yeah, 589. No, I'm not a 589 believer. For me personally, my sell targets on XRP are a little bit earlier and more realistic. My selling starts at $5 on XRP, and I will be selling it in increments from there. But I will always hold a moon bag just in case the loons are right. But yeah, I think by the time it gets to any kind of value like that, you're seeing an awful lot of money from all around the world flowing through it. It won't be something we can play with. News about SEC report. No news as yet. I haven't seen any news. The closed meeting is at 2 p.m. Washington DC time. I'm not even sure when that is. But when that news is released, it will certainly hit home. They have had these closed door meetings before and they haven't led to anything. It's just interesting the people who are in attendance are very senior members of the SEC. So it would suggest that they want an SEC strong presence there. And you can only hypothesize, and I don't want to sort of make myself sound a little bit over enthusiastic, but generally, in my opinion, if you get that many people senior in the room for a closed door meeting, you're probably thinking you're in a weak spot and you want to back yourself up with big boys. So I think the SEC are going in heavy-handed because they know they're in a position of weakness. That's my personal viewpoint. You don't need all those people in attendance unless something's happening. It's just weird. XRP is down. I mean, yeah, buy the rumor, sell the news. So we've had a lot of speculation. The speculation's ended. XRP's dipping. It's just how it goes. Thank you for the follow, Marcus. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you very much. XRP gets to $5. I'll be cashing out and hitting the sunshine. Yeah, this is it. I mean, $5. I think that's realistic. All-time high was $3 something. I didn't see that. I was in well after that. But you know, I think $5 is realistic. Definitely, I'll be in a position to sell a chunk at $5 and take a large amount of profit, and everything else is free money. And I do think it'll carry on, but it'll take a long time. So let's have a look at XRP. We've mentioned it a few times. So Quant's still hanging around 160, looking a little bit weak. Quite weak indeed, until we get down to about 150, 155. Aptos still hovering around that $7.20 mark. So $7 seems to be the floor on Aptos. If it goes below 6, I'm definitely buying some Aptos for the long-term hold. I do think it's a good network, but the tokenomics are questionable, to say the least. Also keeping an eye on Sui's launch as well, because they are going to be quite a fierce competitor to Aptos. But yeah, let's have a look at XRP on the half hourly. Yeah, XRP, big sales going on. Big sales going on. So we were at 46 cents at 3:30, and now by 8 o'clock we're down to 43. So that is a 7 or 8% drop in a few hours. So yeah, big drop. So buy the rumor, sell the news event. Who knows? Do I not worry about Moonriver dropping so much from all-time high? No, because Moonriver launched towards the very end of the bull run, so people were very excited about new projects, and they put a lot of money in. Moonriver has got fantastic tokenomics, and what they do at launch is people pay the price that they expect it to be fully diluted at. So for me, Moonriver could go back to $100, $150 easy. Easy. If it gets a $1 billion market cap, it's $100. Easy peasy. And Moonriver is showing adoption. It's showing use case. It's a good project, good team, good tokenomics. I like Moonriver a lot. Great tech. EVN fully compatible with the benefit of being on Kasama. Brilliant project. People panicking about this meeting, either that or insider news, and we're in trouble. Yeah, I mean, in the last hour, it's bottomed out. It's not dropping at the moment for the last hour and a half, but there have been some big sell-offs. And that's probably just people taking profit, but it does look like it's massive volume. Massive volume. If XRP still get to $1 and sell, if it hits $5 sooner, I'll be scared. On that Moonriver boat. Yeah, absolutely, bricks and slides. I mean, I mentioned it to you quite a while ago, but I was more tempted by Moonbeam at the time, and I was heavily into Akala as well. But Akala showed some weakness, one of those exploits I was talking about. And it scares you. So I've held on to some of the Akala, but I've moved across to my investments into my DCA into Moonriver. So definitely having a Moonriver day when it gets good. Whenever I have a few beers, I always buy more Moonriver. Fair play, buddy. That must be when it goes up to $13 and then back down to 10 again. So you're feeding people's money. So yeah, I mean, basically for me, I think Moonriver, anytime it gets below $11, it's a buy for me. And I'll continue doing that. I think it's a great project. As I said, launched at the end of the bull run. The launch price, token launches or project launches always run up at launch. Every single one. You show me one that hasn't, and it's just wrong. People get very excited at launches, and they run right up, and then they dump right down. And you look at ICP, that's exactly the same. It sold like it was a fully functioning project business, and it wasn't. It wasn't even doing anything yet. So, people got very excited. They were selling for $400 or $500 on ICP, and all of a sudden it's worth like $5, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's a rug." And it's not a rug. Everyone just got overexcited, and it found its true value. But ICP is good long term. I think Moonriver is good long term. I don't worry about what price something was. I worry about what price I think it will be. I have a research it. Of course, always do your own research. I'm happy that I believe in the tech for Moonbeam, the tech for Moonriver, the tech for Quant, the tech for Polkadot, I'm happy to hold it for years. I think it's just going to do really, really well, all of it. Thank you for smashing the likes, people. Really, really appreciate that. We've kept the room up really, really well today at 40, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I mean, XRP has stabilised. We're now on the fourth half-hour candle. It is still going sideways. We might see some buy action. I think maybe, there is definitely a sell-off happening. It could be people being worried about what the news is from this closed meeting. They could be taking profit just in case. But it's probably people selling a fraction of what they hold. These are probably some big holders just selling just in case. We're all guessing, but who knows? Nashi, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I hope you're very, very well. I see you're able to go live now, buddy. Over 1,000 viewers. Well done. Fantastic stuff. Hope you're well. You've been quiet the last few days, weeks. A bit bored in crypto with it going sideways. Okay, so yeah, I've recharted Bitcoin there and we're still fine. We're still in that channel. XRP suffering a little bit. Podcast is one of the best on TikTok. Phil, you're a legend, but honestly, that means a lot. And you're always here supporting me and you've always got something nice to say. So as long as that's happening, as long as you're saying nice things, I'll carry on doing it, buddy. I'm just happy to share my opinion. I'm glad someone finds some value in it. Or selling XRP to buy quant. Could be. Take some profit on XRP, buy some quant when it's dipped. But we've got to remember, 4.5 months ago, it's still 4 times what it was. It was $40. It's now $160. It could still dip a very, very long way. So don't get overexcited with quant being down from 225 to 160. It was a hell of a run. XRP all in for 80,000. That's a good bag. Topped up Gala to 100k. Nashi, you know I like the project. It's the tokenomics that scare me and the technology. It's a platform. In 2 years, in the next bull run, will there be better? There could be. And tokenomics-wise, they've only got 20% out, buddy. So unless they do incredibly well in the next bull run, they could become very, very dilute. Right then, folks, I am going to call it a day there, I think. It's getting a little bit late and my cold is really kicking in. I need to take some tablets. But yeah, if you're not already, please obviously follow me on here. Links to YouTube are in my bio, so you can see what I'm doing live if you want to. You can see the charts I look at and stuff like that. All free. The Discord's free. We've had some good AMAs in there recently. I'm trying to get on some more, and we'll see what we can do in that regards. But yeah, I mean, please come out, check out all the socials, give us a follow and a subscribe on YouTube. Really helps. Thank you for your contributions tonight. Thank you for all your likes and your follows. I will catch you again.